Take the wrong side of any hot button issue and your reputation, your friends, and your job can all be lost in an instant.
No, you're a child. You're a child because these are all childish ideas. This is what I expect a kid to say. If I was talking to a kid, I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're just a baby, so I understand why you're talking this way. It's been some time since we've taken a trip back to our alma mater. And I think we owe it. I think we owe it to the world to take a little trip back to PragerU. You remember PragerU. It's a wonderful place. It's got campus life. It's got parties. It's got all strange kinds of racism, sexism, pseudoscience, pseudo-history. It's the one university where every single course will be taught to you in anecdotal evidence, usually by a token. They'll get a token du jour to come in front of the camera and talk about how racism can exist because I'm a black person telling you that racism can exist. So racism's over and you have to believe me or you're racist. Don't start racism up again, okay? Listen to me. I'm obviously a black person telling you that racism is over. Thanks for joining PragerU.
Do you watch Fox News with your finger on the back button in case someone enters the room? Do you methodically clear?
No, just don't watch it at all. It's not like, oh, my secret shame. Oh God, what if my mom catches me watching Fox News again instead of jerking off?
Your browser history to erase all evidence of PragerU videos? Do you?
He's talking about porn. 100%. He's hard. Do you get rid of your browser history because of PragerU videos? Or monkey porn?
Or, and perhaps most dangerous of all, are you afraid of getting caught watching the Rubin Report, which is hosted by the very scary but quite dapper Dave Rubin?
I've got that fly in the wall moment, you know? Like, was he in a room? Was he in a room full of people where they were just sitting in a circle? And he's like, okay, well, can I talk about myself? Can I mention how dapper I am? I think that sounds pretty fun, right?
If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you're in the political closet and it's time to come out. Here's the good news.
What was I just saying? What was I saying about tokenization? Huh? There you go. So of course he's right now going to equate the bravery necessary for someone to come forward and talk to their family about how they might be a homosexual. That's going to be equated with the bravery to admit that you're a conservative in your family. Hey, kids, you MAGA children, all you little MAGA cuties, you're the ones who are suffering, all right? I know you live in the shadows. I know the bigotry is worse on you than it is against anyone else. Like, holy smokes, Dave. But at least he's dapper.
Beyond some basic limitations, you can do whatever you want and, with hard work, become whatever it is you want to be.
Don't tread on me. Don't get past my basic limitations. I wonder what his basic limitations are. I wanted to kill my neighbor, but because of these basic limitations, I couldn't do it. But otherwise, I'm totally free.
So why the long face? Because you know that something is out of whack. You really don't feel free to say what you want, or share your true thoughts on Facebook, or even associate with those you'd like to. And why is that? I'll tell you why. Because there's a mass affliction spreading throughout the Western world. It's called the Bravery Deficit.
Odd timing, with the whole coronavirus thing, that you would use this. Sure, let's go with this analogy. Apropos.
Believe that men can't give birth? Congrats, you're a transphobe. Want people to keep more of what they earn because they know how to spend it better than the government does? Bravo, you're a greedy capitalist. Take the wrong side of any hot-button issue and your reputation, your friends, and your job can all be lost in an instant.
No, you're a child. You're a child because these are all childish ideas. This is what I expect a kid to say. If I was talking to a kid, I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're just a baby, so I understand why you're talking this way.
And you may feel forced to issue a faux apology to save yourself, which, by the way, it usually won't.
Totally talking for a friend. It's not me. None of this happens to me. I'm not talking about porno. This is not about me or porno, okay? Or any public apology I may or may not have had to answer. I'm talking for a friend.
Activists and their mainstream media allies like the New York Times and CNN, propaganda outlets like Media Matters and the Southern Poverty Law Center, and your local university will make sure of that.
Okay, whoa, so we got buckshots, just fucking wildfire everywhere. You got MSNBC, CNN, Liberty University, Media Matters, the fucking cereal box that I was reading yesterday, every single one of them.
So what can you do? Believe it or not, the solution is not that hard. Step 1, think for yourself. Step
Nice.
2, say it out loud. Just because a former bartender says the world is going to end in 12 years because of climate change doesn't mean it's true.
Wow, again, just buckshots all over the place. And can I push back on this? Why are we always shaming AOC for being a bartender? As if that work is somehow beneath the status of being a YouTube celebrity. Like, far be it for me to criticize anyone, but, at the end of the day, she was a bartender. And I mean, that's garbage poor people work. Not me. I talk on the internet for a paycheck. Oh shit, that just got really meta.
Just because a filmmaker says we should model our healthcare system on Cuba's doesn't mean it's a good.
It's time to say something nice. And I will say something nice about PragerU. That is a nice representation of Michael Moore. You could have gone another direction with it. You could have gone where I would expect you to go, but you didn't. You didn't. You want to keep this about the substance, obviously, all right? You don't want to get lost in all that kind of fat shaming or other stuff. I mean, you will class shame. You'll obviously shame AOC for being a bartender, but you're highbrow, taking the high road here. All right, PragerU.
And just because a career politician is a millionaire with 3 houses who rails against the rich doesn't make him a hypocrite. Oh, wait, in that case, it actually does. The point is, perhaps your most important job as a human being is to...
He is the "we live in the society" meme. He is actually the meme, just alive right now. Well, I guess, yeah, at the end of the day, kind of a hypocrite. I mean, you breathe air. Why don't you die? Why are you wearing shoes?
Think of the bravery of your grandparents and your ancestors before them who undoubtedly had it far worse than you do today. If they were brave, then you can be brave too. It's time to come out of the closet.
Holy smokes, they're really going with this analogy. Yeah, they're totally equatable. So, are you suffering from I made a comment on YouTube itis? Have you been too bashful to admit that you love conservatism? That you think differently? You think outside the proverbial box? Well, do we have a solution for you? Come out of the closet. Yes, it's going to be the exact same as actually identifying to your parents that you may be a homosexual. It's going to be the exact same thing. It's very equatable. And it is because it's coming from me, a homosexual. Because Dave Rubin has said it, it must be true.
You are the solution to the bravery deficit. So what are you waiting for? I'm Dave Rubin, author of Don't Burn This Book, Thinking for Yourself in an Age of Unreason, for Prager University.
Wow, he's going all in.
Conservatives are being censored. The 180 conservative YouTubers with 1 million subscribers I watched told me so.
True. Definitely true.
To keep PragerU videos free, please consider making a tax-deductible donation.
A tax-deductible? That means PragerU is a nonprofit. We got to start a nonprofit. What are we doing? Does anyone want to start a nonprofit? The Church of the Butterhorse or something like that? I am down to just make a fuck ton of money. Let's just make a nonprofit conservative grift think tank, but we just feed them misinformation so that they're just wrong all the time. So they actually tell people to do good things by accident. Let's do that. We'll start a nonprofit. We'll pretend that we're hardcore right-wingers. We'll call it PragerPoo or something even more childish. And then we'll spend the entire time just spreading misinformation. It's basically the exact same thing they do, right? It's literally the whole thing.
Hey you, yes, you. Do you like cozy environments with other wholesome people? Well then come join the Discord. It's got a whole bunch of stuff to help you with creative endeavors, such as stock footage, royalty-free music, and an amazing community of people looking to help each other out and uplift your content. Join the Discord now by going to weareserfs.com. That's weareserfs.com.
We would like to thank Miranda Marone. You are our monarch, and we thank you for our indentured servitude. We would like to thank our lords, Ricky Pilgrim, I'm Raft, Michaela Schmid, Tomospin, Ferrer Tajon. You are all the pillars of our organization. To our Knights of the Square Table, Paul Parafit, Daniel Kahn, Clement Chutskoff, Alan R., Josh Mickelson, and Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Cooper Pilot, Andrea Lynn Epperly, Dylan Bythe, Terry, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. And to our merchants, thank you for taking mercy upon us.